Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Paige and the Quarter Life Crisis. This is the playlist where I talk about my quarter life crisis. That name too on the nose? So this is episode 3. In episode 2, we talked about balance and how to achieve that. Maybe not 100%, but most of the time. I talked about some tips and tricks, some apps and some books, and I got some really good feedback from you guys. So clearly I'm not the only one struggling. If anything stands out to you in these videos and you want to quote me, tweet me, Instagram me, whatever, please use the hashtag quarterlifecrisis. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about moving out, or the lack thereof. A little backstory. I still currently live at home. It's not that I don't want to move out. It's just all about how can you afford it? Seriously, how many roommates do you have? Do you have a trust fund? Do you have like 8 jobs? Did you sell your soul to the devil? 'Cause I would. I actually know a fair amount of people my age who still live at home. And if they don't live at home, they have like 5 roommates or are married with 2 kids. And some of them still live at home too. There is no shame in still living at home. My situation specifically is really, really good. I don't pay rent. I have a really cool parental unit. She still buys my food. Being gluten-free is the most expensive life change you will ever make. I do help around the house. I do laundry. I love to vacuum. I iron when it needs to be done. I am the queen of the grocery store. That is really true though. Actually, ask the old woman I helped at Walmart the other day. This is real. I said I was the queen of gluten-free, but still. I don't want to say I'm like 100% spoiled, but I do have it really good. Thank you, parental unit. Speaking of parental unit, my mother is the reason I haven't moved out, or at least half the reason. Growing up as a kid, I was obsessed with houses. I still am. I read books like The Best Nest and Rabbit Searches for a Little Home. And my mother would lull me to sleep at night by telling me to make a house for a tiny family of squirrels, or raccoons, or mice. I am obsessed with Pinterest and Zillow. I'm constantly searching for houses I, A, can't afford, B, not anywhere near where I want to live, C, totally not realistic. I have many Pinterest boards dedicated to home decor, open floor plans, bathroom renos, fridge organization with all natural organic foods and glass containers, and like you're putting your celery in water in the fridge. Whole food, natural, grown at home. One of my main reasons for wanting to move out is to have individual sized things and all of my own stuff. And if you put something in a weird place, it stays in that weird place because no one else moved it. Not that my family does it a lot. Chrissy Teigen recently shared her pantry on her Instagram, and it was one of the best things I have ever seen in my entire life. I love pantry and fridge organization. Some of you know I'm on TikTok, and I recently found something called cottagecore. Did you know about this and you didn't share it with me? It is the best thing ever. It's on Instagram and Pinterest too. It's basically like cottage decor, but it's so cute. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So let's touch on the basis of why moving out is so expensive. First and foremost, almost no one has a job that can pay for them to live alone. The Oregon minimum wage is $11.25. That's if I had a real job. It's even lower in other places, even in Oregon. It's nearly impossible to work enough hours at one job to live alone. To pay your rent, to buy your groceries, pet food, getting yourself a little something extra, completely out. Housing prices are unbelievable, even rent. An apartment in Portland is more than $1,500 a month. That's just your rent. Now some of you might be saying, move out of Oregon. Girl, you must be crazy. Oregon is my home. I'm not saying I wouldn't ever leave, but it's less than likely. You might be saying, girl, get some roommates. You're actually insane. Why would I live with other people when I can live with my mom for free? She hardly ever bothers me. And she buys me ugh, but she does make mouth noises and that drives me insane. I have heard roommate horror stories. Like seriously. Anything from they didn't pick up their food scraps so much so rats moved in, to poor hygiene. A friend of mine even got salmonella from her roommate. Can you talk about gross? Do I need to clarify that that was from the rats? One of my friends moved out and didn't realize a broom didn't come with the apartment. All the stuff you need doesn't come with it. Like toilet paper, soap, brooms, sometimes the appliances. Another one of my friends moved out for like a year. She lived with her boyfriend, and then they broke up. She couldn't afford the rent on her own, so she moved back home. She's happier than ever. At least I think so. Several of my friends still live with their parents. They sometimes have to pay rent, or all the time pay rent. One of them even has a really good job and chooses not to move out. If you're desperate to move out like me, here are a couple coping skills. 1. Zillow. I have found so many houses that I'm sure I will live in one day. A-frames are my new favorite. Dream building is incredibly important. Even if you are nowhere near being able to move out, you're not ready, you can't afford it, it's out of your price range. It is so worth it to get on a home selling app and look at things that could potentially be stuff you'd like. You find out really quickly what you don't like, or what's important to you. Open floor plan, big windows. Pinterest. Have I mentioned I'm obsessed with Pinterest? You can make any board on Pinterest. You can find just about anything too. You can make secret boards so no one knows your secret home style. Or make them super public and become Pinterest famous. I read a ton of books about homesteading. Did I mention I want to be a farmer? Can you tell from my earrings? I want to have a homestead someday. With goats. One time I held 5 goats and it was the best day of my life. Wait, let me clarify. It was 5 baby goats, which is even better. Have you ever heard the term nesting? It typically happens to people who are pregnant. I am not pregnant, but I have been in the nesting mood for many years now. So for me, that manifests itself in rearranging rooms and redecorating. I have done it several times. I sometimes repaint furniture or whole rooms. Hello, black room. I refurbish things. If I don't like something anymore, why wouldn't I change it? For example, I found this piece on the side of the road. It was beat up, but already black, which is critical. Black is important. It matches the walls. I made Mom pull over. This is the finished product. Ding! Pretty much every conversation I have with my mother is, just wait till you move out. Oh, I'm waiting, Mom. I'm waiting. I want to move out! Let me clarify again. I love my mom. Sometimes the best thing to do when you want something really, really bad, like moving out, is to not think about it. Or to think about it obsessively like I do. That might not be healthy. This is absolutely ridiculous, but it's something I personally do. I buy things for my future house all the time. I have almost all my dishware. I am a firm believer in, if you like something, you should probably buy it. Especially if it's at Goodwill, because then it could be gone if you don't buy it, and then you'll regret it forever. She counts her kids, and then she realizes it's side effects from not buying that thing at Goodwill. I'm not saying buy every single thing you've ever liked, but if it's one of a kind and super special, and fits your personality and style, you should probably buy it. Am I a bad influence? Maybe you should take up a craft or a hobby, or make things for other people's houses. People always say that millennials are killing the real estate. Actually, we're killing a lot of things, with the exception of the planet. It's no wonder the real estate market is dying. We literally can't afford it. Even if you have 2 or 3 jobs, you still may not be able to afford an apartment. Not even a whole house. Apparently, millennials are also killing off paper towels, facial tissue. It's not that millennials don't want to move out, or everyone for that matter. We just need to make the housing market more realistic to the way we live our lives today. For example, one change that's been happening are these things that are kind of like dorms, except for adults, and you own them. You have your own bedroom, but you share the kitchen and living spaces. So it's similar to college, except you're a grown adult and you pay money for it. Another really cool alternative I see is people living in RVs and trailers, or tiny houses. We need more of these fresh, cool ideas to change the way we see living. It's just not practical the way our grandparents did it anymore. It doesn't fit our lifestyle. So my questions to leave with you this week are, do you have the nesting bug? What are some other alternative ways you've seen for ways of living? How do you cope with not moving out? Talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling. And I know this is a situation that may not affect everyone. So tune in next week for a different episode of Paige and the Quarter-Life Crisis. Don't forget to use the hashtag #QuarterLifeCrisis. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm Haunted Sunshine on both. Thank you for watching and struggling along with me. My hair looks a little like Natalie Portman from the Oscars. Do I need to clarify that that was from the Rats?
That was good. That was good. That was good.
She didn't just get it. Housing prices are unrepeatable. There's going to be a picture of a goat right here. It's going to be great. I guess I have pictures of me with goats. I could post an actual picture of me with goats. Yeah, that's happening. It'd be impossible. First off, I don't know anyone who has full-size goats. I only know people who have pygmy goats, so I'd be like...
What can you catch from rats? Salmonella?
Yes! It was salmonella. I got the opening! A lot of colors going on. Purple eyeliner. It's very subtle, but hopefully you can notice. I need a